Call or talk to us. Give us your name. Where you calling from?
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
It's Shay.
Hey, Shay. How you doing?
I'm fine.
It's been a long time, and you know I'm a jealous YouTuber now.
No. I kind of join in on the Miami, but I don't really say too much because I'm learning.
Okay. So talk to us. What's your thoughts?
Tonight, what is your stand on this? Because I haven't been on long, but I want to know what is your stand on this.
Okay,
Paul Finebaum.
Well, I did that whole part in the beginning. There's parts I just say this. There's parts I agree with. There's parts I disagree with. So let me ask you this to make it a little bit shorter and compact. What parts do you agree with Paul Finebaum? If you do at all.
I don't agree with him at all, but he's entitled to feel how he feels.
Sure. So what, if you had to pick out of all the things he said, give me the two biggest things you disagree with. And I'll tell you if I follow you.
That, I guess like that they're irrelevant.
Okay.
That's a lie because everybody's watching them.
Agreed.
So whether you like them or not, you're watching. Whether you want them to fail or succeed, you're watching. So they are relevant. So yeah.
Okay, I can agree with that. And like I said, I think I have two parts. I think that, like I said earlier, from the media, fan base, YouTuber world, yes, they are more than relevant, right? They are super relevant. But in the regards to the inner workings of college football, and is every coach wondering what's going on over there and recruiting, like the recruits they're getting, I don't think other coaches or programs are thinking about them just the same way I don't think Colorado is thinking about Oregon. So that's
exactly.
So right. So that's what it is.
We can agree to that.
Okay.
But for him to just straight out, he's almost wanting to make other people believe that, that they're nothing. But here we are talking about him 2 years later. Is it 2 years now? Is this when we hadn't talked about him in about 20 years?
Well, I agree, but he did say this. He says not Colorado. He said Deion is relevant. As a matter of fact, I wrote it down here.
Yeah.
He said, Colorado is not important in college football, but Deion is. And I will say this.
Yeah.
That's what makes it relevant. I don't know if people are really talking more about the team than Deion. It's like whatever Deion Sanders does, or if something is attacked. Prime example, like I said, Commander McLean, because he played for Deion Sanders, he's back in the news. How many more kids have been either, and again, this is all speculation, kicked off a team late to practice? He's at a whole nother program, and Colorado content creators are making videos about Kamani McLean, which rightfully so.
That's not fair, because people were making videos about Kamani before he went to Colorado.
No, you're missing my point. No, what I'm saying is you're right. But now that that's why I said what I said. Now that he has left Colorado and gone to Florida, he's at the University of Florida now. Allegedly, he's in some trouble at Florida. I'm telling you that Colorado content creators are talking about Kamani McLean because
it's not just Colorado content.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Yeah. I'm saying that what I'm telling you is that Colorado content creators are talking about him. That's what we're talking about, the relevance. This kid is gone. And it's anybody. That's what I'm trying to say. It's YouTubers.
That's not fair, Coach, because that's not fair, because they talk about kids that leave other programs all the time. It's because it's Coach Prime and Kamani. They both have their own huge followings.
Because of what? Because of the tie-in to those two.
But you have to remember, Kamani had his own following before he got to Colorado, because there was like a lot of issues when he left. What was it? Was it Miami or something? Or he left the cake or something? Like he had some issues going on already.
He was committed to Miami.
Yeah, he was committed.
And went to Colorado. That's what I'm telling you. His tie is all.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. He was committed somewhere else, and then he went to Miami.
No, he was never at Miami. He was committed to Miami. You know, you're probably thinking about Jaden Rashada. He was committed to.
No. Kamani He was committed somewhere else first, and then he committed to Miami, right? And then he committed to Colorado.
No, man.
Right?
He was committed to Miami. He was committed to Miami. And then he went on the Wallow and Gilly show and said he was going to Colorado.
I could have sworn he was looking at Florida first or something like that, because there was some history. Because
during the recruitment process, yes, but the commitment was to Miami, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, look at that. Now they're trying to figure out. And I remember you kind of getting on Deion, Coach Prime, about how you think he threw him under the bus. But you had to remember that they were coming at Coach Prime. The media was coming at Coach Prime in this certain situation with him and Kamani. They were coming at Coach Prime so hard every freaking time he got in front. They were asking about Kamani.
That's your job.
He was trying to protect him for the longest time. But he said nothing for the longest time. As soon as he said something, you were like, he should have did that. He should have.
I agree. And that's his job.
Supposed to protect the kid.
Yeah, that's his job. I don't care if they come at him every day. Yeah, that's your job. Yeah.
He's supposed, but I think at some point he had to shut it down because they were just it had taken over. So Kamadi's name was like really big, right? So that's what I'm saying. He had a huge following.
Well, his name was big because, again, he was this 5-star player that prior to the season, all of these fans, including shout out to Carpet Tech, which I don't see anymore. I hope my man all right. Why would Kamani go to Colorado if he not going to start? And we did the show. Shout out to Rob the Man Media. And Rob said that he wasn't going to start. And that's when everything went to hell around here. And that whole thing. And you had not seen Kamani on the field. So, of course, what? People are asking questions. It's going to be no different than if Jordan Seaton doesn't start at the beginning of the season and we don't see him, and we don't see him, and we don't see him, and we don't see him. It's the same concept, same exact thing happened. So to your point, though, but to your point, I totally get where you're coming from. But it's that tie-in. It's that tie-in that makes it world news into Deion. Let's just say, for example, Kamani McLean went to Miami first, had the same issues, went to Florida, and the same thing happened. That would only happen within the Miami community.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. ESPN is talking about it. You got people out here making all kind
because it's relevant to Deion.
Thank you.
In Colorado.
There you go. Yes. Perfect.
But it's Coach Prime. We all know that part. But it's just like.
Thank you for the bless you. Thank you.
Back to Paul Feinberg.
I sneezed and the people were saying thank you in the chat. I'm sorry. No, I'm saying I sneezed and the people were saying bless you in the chat. So thank you, everybody in the chat. Sorry about that. But no, right. So again, you got to remember, guys, it's sports and entertainment. Paul Finebaum that's probably why he got hired. He creates a contrast between the two talking heads. He does. If everybody agreed on the channel, it becomes boring. If it's like I said, if it's Pleasantville across everything, it gets a little boring, right? Like you need some back and forth, some different points of views. But I think people take it like, oh, you talking about Deion, you talking about it's not that big. It's entertainment. Maybe I'm looking at it. Maybe because I've been in this arena long enough. Like I'm not listening to how people say stuff. I listen to what they say, and maybe that's what it is. Because that's what it is.
Well, you also said something about that the fans are upset, right? More than Deion, but he's not going to play into it because he's not going to feed into the negativity. Now, you want him to address this. Why?
I never said I wanted him to address it.
No, but if you're saying that he has to walk the walk, to talk, and Paul Feynman is basically challenging him, saying that, you said all this stuff, but you guys didn't win, when actually they did win because we're talking about them now. If they didn't win any games.
That's what they're talking about. But come on, now that's the goalpost. We're talking about winning games. We ain't talking about you won 3 more games.
They still won. We're talking about them now. No matter how you want to slice it, they won. They're winning.
No, and that's what he means and that's what we're talking about. When you're talking about college football, the inner workings, They don't care about what money you made outside. That doesn't. The coaches don't care about that. Yeah, that's why I say it's two halves. It's two halves to that. Like for the media and all of that, yes, they're relevant. Yeah. But to other coaches, they don't care about you selling shades and sold out game. Guess what? Like, think about what I'm about to tell you. Hold on, but think about what I'm about to tell you. Okay, Colorado sold out a 45,000 seat stadium. Great. Alabama sold out a 100 seat stadium for the past 17 years. Like, so to them, it like, kudos to you, Deion, but that's not like, we're not like, oh my God, how do we sell? Michigan sold out 100. They sell out every year. Like, so to their mind, it's like, okay, great. Next.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But it's the beginning of a change, right? Or, like I guess like a rebuild or whatever. It's the beginning. So like you said, you mentioned that you keep going back to the Louis luggage and stuff. And I hate when people always like pinpoint certain things they want to discuss about him, but don't pick up like on the good things that he did. Like you guys always want to talk about the Louis luggage. Okay, he did that to kind of scare. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, he did that to kind of see where the team was at, and to basically, filter out the ones that didn't want to be there.
Great.
And he also and that's what most coaches do anyway. But then he also wanted to change the mindset. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
What's wrong with saying believe in yourself? And what's wrong with saying this is what we want to do? Because that team was defeated. That whole system was defeated. The whole culture was defeated. So you got to go in there being confident, right? You got to change the mindset.
I agree with you 10,000%. I'm not going to say it's a problem. What I'm going to tell you is when you let people in your house, you have to expect scrutiny. See, there are other coaches. And that's what I'm saying. When you say those statements, the statement within itself, there's nothing wrong with. But when you let the world watch you say it, there's a difference. Let me ask you this. And I don't know if you do or don't have kids, but I'm just saying, there's times that you've scolded your kids for doing something. But if the world was watching you, just think about something that you said.
I would have had to do it differently.
No. Just think about what I'm about to tell you. If the world was watching you, would you have said it the same exact way?
I get what you're saying.
And that's all we're saying. Because Deion puts it on tape and puts it for the world to see, he has to take the good and the bad that comes with it. That's all I've been saying. I don't care what you say in a meeting. That's your team. Run it how you choose. But I want the fans to understand the reason you're being ridiculed is because you're allowing millions of eyeballs into your living room to see how you run your house. It's just like the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that. And that's what I've been telling you. That's why I say he doesn't care. He doesn't care because he knows what he said. Yeah. But I think the fans care more. That's what I've been saying. He doesn't care. The fans care. That's what a
fan is, right? That's what a fan does.
Correct. I'm with you 1,000%. I'm with you 1,000%. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know how much worse stuff has been said? You too. I'll just say this real quick before I let you go. You know the kind of stuff that coaches say that would never.
Yeah.
Luggage Louis is,
never even know about.
Is light work. Like that's light work. Like I've seen coaches come in and in the very first meeting, you, and you pack your stuff, get out.
Right.
Yeah, that was showmanship on prime time. But the difference is it wasn't recorded to be put out for the world to see. That's the difference.
And it was him.
And it's prime.